Go. I'd like to call the Gurnee Village Board regular meeting of February 15th, 2021 to order. Roll call, please.
Garner. O'Brien.
Present.
Balmas. Hood.
Here.
Thorstensen.
Here.
Ross.
Here.
4 present, 2
All
absent.
right, and Trustee Balmas and Trustee Garner did let us know they're unable to make it tonight. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, first up is approval of the consent agenda as presented. Do I have a motion
So
to
moved.
approve? Motion by Trustee O'Brien, second by Trustee Ross.
Thank you.
Roll call, please, Andy.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Hood.
Yes.
Thorstensen.
Yes.
Ross.
Aye.
4 aye.
All right, motion carries. Patrick, please read the consent agenda into the record.
Item number 1, approval of the minutes from the February 1st, 2021 meeting. Item number 2, approval of ordinance 2021-07, authorizing the execution of an intergovernmental agreement with the Village of Gurnee and the Warren Newport Public Library District to contract for the repair and maintenance of parking lots, Phase 3. Item number 3, approval of ordinance 2021-08, authorizing the execution of an intergovernmental agreement with the Village of Gurnee and Warren Township High School District 121 to contract for the sale and purchase of motor vehicle fuel. Item number 4, approval of payroll for period ending January 29, 2021 in the amount of $806,475.84. Item number 5, approval of bills for period ending February 15, 2021 in the amount of $1,668,713.51.
Thank you, Patrick. Before I call for a motion, can I clarify for the record? We read into the record approval of minutes for February 1st, 2021. The minutes in our packet are headed with January 25th, 2021.
They are the February 1st, 2021 minutes, though, and I will get that corrected for the copy that goes in the minute book.
Yeah, okay. All right, so we have the correct minutes. We just,
Yep.
the copy and paste at the top didn't carry through. Thank you, Trustee Ross, for noticing that so we can get it posted correctly. And do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Motion by
Second.
Trustee O'Brien, second by Trustee Thorstensen. Roll call, please.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Hood.
Yes.
Thorstensen.
Yes.
Ross.
Aye.
4 aye.
All right, motion carries. We'll move on to petitions and communications.
So I don't have anything for the committee of the whole meeting. This month, we do have our budget hearing March 1st. It starts at 5 p.m. Budgets are in front of you. So you've got those 363 pages to take a look at between now and then, but nothing for the committee meeting.
All right, so since we have nothing and there's going to be an extraordinarily long meeting on March 1st, do I have a motion to cancel the committee of the whole for February?
Motion approved.
Motion by Trustee Thorstensen,
Second.
second by Trustee Ross. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, so Jack will put out a notice?
Yep.
Okay. Anything else for petitions and communications?
No.
I would like to note that Public Works is rocks right now. They're keeping up. They're
They've
doing a
been
good
busy.
job. But our roads look good, so. Anything for reports,
Not tonight.
old business?
Nope.
All right, then we're going to move on to new business. Approval is, first one is approval of ordinance 2021-09, authorizing the waiver of certain building permit fees for the construction of AZ Polymers LLC at 5675 Centerpoint Court, Gurnee.
Yep, Ellen has a quick presentation. She's going to walk us through this one.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Pat. AZ Polymers is a new venture by a family, the Agarwal family, that has been operating United Plastics at 1947 Delaney in Gurnee for 30 years. United Plastics specializes in regrind. It's a plastics processor, and they are able to produce sort of a standard quality, sometimes UV stable, general purpose polycarbonate sheet. But having developed relationships with customers over 30 years, they've recognized the need for a higher grade product. So this new venture, AZ Polymers, will be producing that. Up until now, they've had to bring it in from overseas, from their sister companies overseas, but AZ Polymers will be onshoring that technology here in the United States. And of course, to do that, they need very high precision equipment. The uses of this product is windshields, equipment, aerospace, security. These are high precision products requiring a high precision type of equipment and a very clean environment, which is why the facility is being proposed. So the owners, the family, began exploring multiple sites. Not surprisingly, as with many manufacturing projects, that site search crossed borders. Working fortunately with Tri-State Realty and our own Rob Elbrecht, identified the 4-acre vacant land site in Center Point. In spite of development having occurred all around it, as you can see here from the picture, this particular small parcel has never developed, and right now is generating about $1,500 a year in property tax revenue. That's it. So hearing that this site search was going on, and a team from the village, Lake County, the state of Illinois, and even our utility partners jumped to the ready and sort of reviewed the project, figured out what we could do. Because of the fact that there was this competitive situation, they needed from us an assurance, or at least as close as we could get, that there would be some participation, because that's, of course, what they were hearing from others. So we really evaluated it quickly. The state was able to offer an EDGE tax credit. An enterprise zone was offered by the Upper Illinois River Valley Authority, which saves them some money on state taxes, on sales tax when they purchase building materials. And it also offers a state tax credit for depreciable assets like their machinery, their building, things like that. So with those two things in hand and the possibility of a waiver that we're talking about tonight, AZ Polymers decided to, foreshorten their site search and commit to Gurnee for many reasons. And of course, being home was one of them. AZ Polymers proposes to build a quite large facility, 90,000 square feet, which has actually grown since we first talked about it, from about 80 to 90. Construction cost of $5 million, an additional $8 million in equipment purchases, initial employment at the site, 17 full-time positions growing to 25 as they add another line down the road, extrusion line down the road. Those full-time positions are ranging from $15 to $28 an hour. So, good jobs, including sales, operations, materials handling, warehouse, shipping, and mechanics positions. So in addition to those employment benefits, the one-time unbudgeted fee revenue that the village can expect from this project, the development of a 90,000 square foot building, is likely to total at least $75,000. And so here's how that kind of breaks down. Judging by the building plans that we've seen so far, they're in an initial review. Building permit fees are estimated at $45,000 to $50,000, and if the board agrees tonight to waive half of that, of course, the net revenue to the village will still be $25,000. The proposed maximum of $30,000 is really there to provide us with flexibility in case those fees go a little higher and we need a little more flexibility to be fair to the applicant. The Center Point transportation impact fee at 55 cents per building square foot dates back to 2004. It's something that CenterPoint agreed during the PUD process at the time on new principal buildings as they were built, as building permits were pulled for those buildings to help offset the village's cost of transportation improvements in and around the park. So that applies in this case. And then, of course, water and sewer connection fees to be determined, because those are levied based upon rates assessed by IEPA, the North Shore Water Reclamation District, and Lake County Public Works. And once those rates are determined, the village can determine our sewer and water connection fees. So altogether, it's entirely reasonable that one-time revenues to the village, even in spite of the waiver, if it's granted this evening, will still be in the range of $75,000 or more to the village. And of course, the big ongoing benefit really is to our partner jurisdictions in the property tax revenue that goes from, let's say, $1,500 now to over $100,000 on an ongoing annual basis, forever and ever. So that's something that we, and of course, very little draw, if any, on services corresponding to that. So to secure all those project benefits, those that accrue to us and as to our partners, the staff recommendation is for a 50% waiver of the building permit fees, up to a maximum of $30,000. And with that, I thank the board for your consideration of that, and I would introduce Sahil Agarwal in case the board has any questions about the facility or their plans for it.
Any
Thank you.
questions from the board? I would just like to say, welcome. What an incredible success story. We're so glad you're staying with us, and this is a really smart use of incentives, one for the EAV for our surrounding taxing bodies, but to bring jobs here, because we really need jobs, you know, to kind of fuel everything else. I'm just delighted that you're staying in that beautiful new building, and I mean, it's just all benefits, and we want you to be successful.
Thank you very much. You know, me and my family are really happy to stay in Gurnee. We've been in Gurnee pretty much almost our whole life. You know, we run United Plastics through Gurnee, and I'm here every day. So I'm really excited to bring AZP here along with you guys' support, which is what we really needed. And, you know, I'm hoping we get continued support with you guys, and we'll hopefully grow with our plan that we have set out. So I think exciting things for everybody. You know, my family, Gurnee, and I just want to say thank you as well. Thank you very much.
Good, good. And thank you, Ellen.
Understanding you're a Warren grad also, is that correct?
Yes, I went to Woodland and I went to Warren
Wow.
here in Gurnee.
That explains the success, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
it
we'll
does.
have to introduce him to Adam.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he owns Acon over there, and he's a Woodland and Warren graduate.
I've already had talks with them before.
Oh, good, all right, small world. But I mean, that really, and that's such a great thing to communicate in the schools in that, you know, good student, you go on and look at the things that can happen and be possible, and then to stay here and give back to your community with jobs and the business is really special, really special.
Definitely.
Move to approve. Second.
Motion by trustee Ross, second by trustee Thorstensen. Roll call, please.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Hood.
Yes.
Thorstensen.
Yes.
Ross.
Aye.
4 aye.
All right,
Thank you.
congratulations. You're
Thank you
in.
very much.
All right. Thank you, Ellen, too, because I know you jump in and you make these deals happen, and you pull everybody together, and so thank you. All right, item number 2 is approval of ordinance 2021-10, authorizing execution of a professional services agreement with imeg for engineering services for the 2021 construction season.
Sure. So you see this every year. I have a memo in your packet from our Assistant Village Engineer, Nick Leach, who's also here with us tonight. Every year we bring on contractual assistants, engineers related to our infrastructure programs. Been working with imeg for a while now. They've done great work for us. We're able to use the same employee from year to year, which helps as far as continuity. This year's more important than ever as far as using this contractual assistance. Had 2 longtime senior positions in the engineering division retire, and then Heather's up at Public Works now. So Nick's kind of the last man standing in the engineering division. So with 2.3 miles of road coming up this season, as well as stormwater and other water main projects, he's going to need some help. So this contract is consistent with prior years. Estimated 20-week duration, May to October, total cost of approximately $130,000. The hourly rate's $130 an hour. We only pay for what we use, though. So if we don't have to use the entire allotment, that's great. If we do, so be it. The proposed budget's got $150,000 in it, so we're covered from that perspective. And like I said, been using imeg for a while and been happy with them. And are looking to use them again for the 2021 construction season.
How long have we been using imeg? The last couple of seasons?
Yeah, they were McClure before. Yeah,
Wow, okay, all right, so we got a good track record?
yep. And they're right over here by Walgreens and Fifth Third.
Well, you really are a one-armed paper hanger lately. Any questions? Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee O'Brien,
Second.
second by trustee Hood. Roll call, please.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Hood.
Yes.
Torstenson.
Yes.
Ross.
Aye.
4 aye.
All right, motion carries. All right, got you some help. Item number 3, approval of Engineering Division's recommendation to award certain portions of the 2021 Bridge Deck Repair Project to MYS at a cost not to exceed $75,000.
Sure. So another memo from Nick on this. We had talked about this back in January when we put this on the street. So the Illinois Department of Transportation requires that we have our bridges inspected every 2 years. During the most recent inspection, we found 3 bridges that needed some repair work. We got an engineer's estimate on it and then put it out on the street to actually see what the costs would come back at. Costs range between about $127,000 all the way up to $218,000. The engineer's estimate was $118,000, so over what we had estimated. Luckily, when we put the RFP together, though, Nick worked in some flexibility for us to be able to pick and choose certain repairs. So based on where they came back and the repair work that is needed, what we're requesting is to move forward with MYS not to exceed $75,000. This should get the repair work on both of the Leonard Drive bridges taken care of, so those 2 will be about $60,000. And then some joint repairs on the Cunningham Court Bridge, which is about $8,000. So that leaves a little bit of wiggle room in there, about $7,000 in case something comes up in the process. But again, that'll get a substantial portion of this work taken care of. The remaining items, we'll take a look at next year. They're not structural in nature. And again, none of the bridges right now are in any sort of disrepair that they're a danger to the motoring public. But we would like to get this work taken care of with the money that is currently in this budget. So before we get to the next fiscal year, we've got some funding. So what we're requesting is the $75,000 to move forward with MYS. Like I said, to take care of the Leonard Drive bridges and some repair work on Cunningham.
I just have one question. Nick, the Cunningham Court Bridge, that's not a very old bridge. Was it something at the beginning when it was designed, or?
That one, it's the bridge decking, so that's the concrete that the motorist drives on. For some reason, it's starting to fall. We agree that it's a very young bridge per se, but that's the case, that it's falling right now, so that wearing surface will need to get repaired eventually. So right
Okay.
now, we'll patch the road.
Okay. Question, trustee O'Brien?
I just had one question. One of the 2 bridges on Leonard, just this past summer, we resurfaced that whole road. Is this like underdecking maybe or side?
Yeah.
Yes, so it's, the 2 Leonard bridges deal with the substructure. So there's a covered bridge that we're all pretty familiar with along Leonard Drive by Heather Ridge. And then there's kind of like a hidden box culvert bridge. Both those are issues with the concrete, not issues, but things we need to repair so it doesn't get worse later on with the substructure. So it has nothing to do with the road that we just resurfaced. So we should be in good shape.
Thank you.
Building shaking?
Jackson controlled the audio tonight.
All right, any other questions? If not, do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee O'Brien, second by trustee Hood. Roll call, please.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Hood.
Yes.
Torstenson.
Yes.
Ross.
Aye.
4 aye.
All right, motion carries. Engineering's off to a good spring construction season. That's all our business tonight, so I'll reopen the floor to the public if anyone would like to make a comment. All right, I'll close the floor to public comment, and that is the end of our meeting. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion by trustee O'Brien, second by trustee Thorstensen. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.